Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to Altaspace's internet drama sphere, where we analyze these humans' crazy behavior found on the internet. Today we will be diving into a website called Reddit, where people can post anonymously to get the entire internet's opinion about a situation. And to celebrate this socially chaotic holiday they call Valentine's Day, this will be all Valentine's themed. Are you ready? Let's dive into the drama. Okay, for the first one, we got AITA for not letting my friend's husband come to my Galentine's Day party. Now, first of all, to give some context for people who don't know what Galentine's Day is, because I think it's only really popular in the US. It's a day usually celebrated like the day before Valentine's Day, and it's kind of meant for like mainly like single women, but it can be for anyone. It's meant to celebrate more about friendship and things like that versus like romance. I think it was originally at least popularized by the show Friends, so there's that. But anyway, backstory. One of my 29 female friends, best friends, 32 female, got married last spring. Since she got married, we do mostly group hangouts with her husband, 38 male, my partner, and they don't give an age for the partner, and some other friends, which is totally fine and fun. Now, I have a Galentine's party every year for my girlfriends. We usually about 4 or 5 of us, and we all bring an appetizer and have wine and play some games, etc. Typical Galentine's behavior. Let's see what happens. I texted the group to let them know, and everyone responded. My friend messaged me privately to say that if her husband can't come, she can't come, and asked if he could come with her. That's weird. Okay, I normally would welcome him, but no one else's husband or boyfriends will be there, and it isn't just that kind of party. I told her that no one else's partners would be there, and she said since being married, they're kind of a package deal, and no one only attend things together. I told her I respected whatever arrangements they had in their marriage, and if she wasn't able to attend, I understood. However, a few days later, a mutual friend told me that they had talked, and she said she was hurt by the fact I wouldn't invite him, and felt I was being rude. Not even like, you don't even like have the conversation with her, like you can't even like mention it to her face. Like, oh, like you can't even mention it to OP's face. That's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. But we'll get to it. Okay, that's fine. It says, I do plan to talk to her about it. Okay, that's good. But just need some feedback from Reddit. Edit a few words. I'm not sure who the edit is referring to here, but that's fine. Edit 2. A lot of people asked, this party's being held the 13th, not Valentine's Day. Okay, good to know. Edit 3 to add, thanks everyone who took time to respond. I had a lot of anxiety about this. I knew I had done the quote-unquote right thing in my head, but then second-guessed myself. Now I feel good in the boundaries I set. Which, now reading that, I feel like I should add, they were voted by Reddit that they are not the asshole, which is pretty good. I'm kind of agreeing. Like, you set the boundaries as in, well, one is your party, you can kind of invite whoever you want. And as long as you aren't, like, I guess, deliberately leaving out, like, part of the friend group or something like that, it's like, no. This is, like, supposed to be for the girls. I mean, men can go to this, too. I think it's just meant to be more of a non-couple-y thing. And meant to be for more, like, closer friends and not, like, their plus ones. Which is kind of a weird thing, but it's, like, to say, but it's also, like, yeah. Anyway, for edit 4, they explain what Galentine's Day is, which they have quoted as a day to celebrate female friendship, similar to Valentine's Day, but for friends instead of romantic partners. It's often celebrated on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. It's for all female relationships, not just singles. I feel like they should it's Galentine's Day, it's like meant for like more women. I think anyone could do a Galentine's Day, but as long as it's focused on more friendships and not like romantic relationships. So I want to go through some comments, see what they have to say. This user says, it's literally the one thing that's about supporting female relationships, lol, read the room, no boys allowed. Yes, I do this every year as a little thank you to the woman in my life. So it's OP. Then the person says, I don't know much about your friend's relationship, but it's unhealthy. I don't know if it's extreme lovebird phase, where they think marriage means being inseparable or something more sinister is going on, like not allowed to do anything without him. It could be maybe a bit of both, and she's fooling herself and accepting this quote-unquote package deal. No man in their right mind would be a part of a Galentines celebration, and no woman in their right mind would ask to include a man in a female-only celebration between friends. They know that is crossing a line. It's even worse than a female thinking she could bring along her child, because in those cases they are likely desperate for a night out and can't get childcare they need. Even so, those instances aren't fair to the friends who arrange an all-girls night out. That is actually so fair. Basically what the students are saying is take the husband out of the equation. Instead, they had a child they couldn't find childcare for that night. It would still be wrong to ask if the child could come. It's like, nah. Weird. Stick to your guns. They can pout and plan all they want. Eventually, they might find their invitations drying up because this is uncomfortable and weird for their friends. Or they might find they actually need a little bit of space from their husband, and I hope they are safe to claim that. But free to maintain as much context as you're comfortable with in case you need your support when this relationship unravels. But do not alter your social life for her/them. It is not necessary. Not the asshole. That is so fair. I really like this user's comment. That is so good to remember, that it is super important to stay on your guns, and especially when it's like this is my party, I'm planning it how I want to plan it. If you don't like that, plan your own party. It's like, do something else. Would be weird. Anyway, anything else? Oh, it's funny. It's literally called Galentine's Day. This girl's relationship ideas are terrifying. Are you planning on Valentine's Day? I only asked because I understand being together for that. And they go, no, I'm having a day before. So they put it up there. Okay. There is an update to this story. So I think we should go through that. Update. My friend ended up reaching out to me. She said that her husband is uncomfortable with, quote, girls' nights or events that he can't attend. That's weird. Like, they don't go to, I'm even thinking of, work outings. You can't even go to, what's it called? I literally went to these so often. To, I don't know, a happy hour, with your coworkers or anything, and, talk with your coworkers or any of your friends. That's weird. He told her, quote, I know what happens at girls' nights. I guess he was cheated on in his previous marriage, and said he worries a lot. Yeah, you can have all of the preconceived doubts of your marriage. That's fine. It's a whole other thing to basically, not trust your new wife. She hasn't done that. It's it'd be different if it was there was previous stuff that she had done, but she hasn't done anything to even deserve any of this judgment or any of this worry or doubt. It'd be different if she was shady, or she had potentially told a story to him where there was cheating in her past relationships or something like that. But it's gosh, that is so stupid. I'm gonna look at some more comments, see if anyone else has anything fun to say. That is ridiculous that she cannot attend a girls' night because she is married. But what is even more ridiculous that she expects all of you to no longer have girls' nights because she wants to bring her husband. WTF. NTA. So fair. Girl time is healthy. Same with the guy time. Getting married is eliminate individualism completely unless you want a slow train to toxicity and divorce. So fair, user, so fair. Your house, your party, your rules. Not as if you didn't host this party in the past and the expectations are not own. So fair. And honestly, if she wanted to help with his ideas of the party, she can be like, this is what we've done in the past. And here's some pictures of it. It's literally us playing board games. I don't know what you want. Like, no guy is going to be there for me to cheat on you with. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Anyway, that is so crazy. On to the next one. So this one is from 3 years ago and is from Am I the Asshole? The user is deleted, so I'm guessing they've deleted their account since posting this. Am I the asshole for being ungrateful that my boyfriend keeps giving me chocolate? So my boyfriend and I have been together for 8 months. We get along and everything. I don't like chocolate except dark chocolate, like Junior Mints. I have a dairy allergy. Oh gosh. Why do you not know? Like, you should know your significant other's allergies within 8 months. To be fair, within the first few dates, you should at least know a dairy allergy and, like, if they have a nut allergy. Like, you should know those two by then. Like, if it's some, like, super obscure one, like if they have, like, a certain shellfish, I could see you not knowing within 6 months. But you should know most of their allergies if you have if you want to be with them. That's just it. I had a dairy allergy when I was a kid, and even though I outgrew it, for the most part, I just don't like chocolate. Okay, so they don't have it now, but they had it when they were a kid. Good to know. My boyfriend seems to think he'll get me to like chocolate because all girls like chocolate, and it's weird I don't. This is the equivalent of saying all girls like pink, so even though you don't like pink, I'm going to buy you everything in pink until you like it. That is so weird. Okay. It reminds me of like a few stories where it's like, I've just heard throughout time where like, they'll be like, oh yeah, my husband buys me flowers for every occasion. And they're like, daisies. I don't like daisies. My favorite flower is like, I don't know, lilies. And it's like you should at least ask what their favorite whatever is. So then it seems more sentimental, and also you know what it is. And there's at the point where I think the story I was just referring to was like they've been married for like 20 years, so it was like it's too late to go back and say that this is actually my favorite flower. But it's like, you've been dating for 8 months. There's room to change. There's room to learn. Anyway, he's giving me chocolate for every holiday, either with a different gift or chocolate was the gift. He tells me to, quote, just try it. So I do, and end up disliking it, so he eats it. It's annoying to put thought into his gift. It keeps perfectly giving me something I dislike. We did Valentine's Day yesterday, and he gave me 3 things of chocolate. I was sort of annoyed, and he said I was being ungrateful, and, quote, Valentine's a chocolate holiday, so what do you expect? My ex-boyfriend one time got me donuts for Valentine's Day because he knew I hated chocolate. I told him I was never going to like chocolate, and it's not funny, or whatever he thinks. He said most girls like chocolate, and I should be happy that he remembers to get a gift. And it's not his fault I'm so picky. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm just stubborn or something. AITA. Okay. First of all, no. Second of all, just because most, quote unquote, most girls, or just in general, I think most people like a good chocolate sweet, or just sweets in general, doesn't mean everyone does. Keyword is most there. And the weaponizing confidence of this last sentence being, I should be happy that he even remembers to get a gift. Okay, I'm sorry. that you remembered to get a gift for one of the 3 holidays you have to get gifts for, as a couple at least, like Valentine's Day, their birthday, and then like Christmas or whatever winter holiday they celebrate. That's all the gifts you really need to ever give. First of all, you should give more than that. Let me make that very clear. But that's only 3 gifts you have to ever give a year. Why? If your girlfriend doesn't like chocolate, do you keep on giving her chocolate? It could be different for first time being like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't like chocolate. And then him being butthurt about that, and then having the thing of like, am I the asshole for being ungrateful that my boyfriend gave me chocolate? You'd be a little bit of an asshole for being upset about that. Especially if we didn't have a conversation and stuff like that. But for 8 months, and this is about Valentine's Day. So if they've been dating for 8 months, they've went through Christmas or whatever winter holiday they celebrate. I'm just assuming Christmas if you're celebrating Valentine's Day. But most likely a Christmas is in there. Potentially a birthday. We don't have guarantees of birthday. But you at least probably have a birthday in there. And then also, assuming this is an American, but also kind of anywhere else, you would usually have a 1-month anniversary, potentially a monthly anniversary, but at least a 6-month anniversary you would probably do. And that's another gift where you would have the opportunity to figure out, oh, my girlfriend doesn't like chocolate. It's like, what is wrong with you? Okay, we gotta look through these comments because I just gotta know what these people are talking about. Ooh, I love this. Not the asshole. He is demonstrating repeatedly that you do not matter to him. Believe him. Not the asshole. Find someone better. You don't need to put up with this. Not the asshole. If you specifically told him, I do not like this thing, but he keeps on giving it to you anyway, then he has no respect for your opinion. Honestly, when I see chocolate or flowers given as a gift to a woman, all I think is that dude is giving 0 thought. It's generalizing and frankly sexist to assume all women appreciate that. This comment, I have a little bit of nitpick for the last part, in the sense that some people like flowers. Some people want those type of things. So I don't exactly agree with that last part. Though to be fair, you could probably put some more thought into it. You could. But also, if your girlfriend just likes chocolate or flowers, it's not the worst thing in the world to give her chocolate or flowers. But anyway. Not the asshole. In other words, he is saying that he won't listen to your... This comment, grammar is giving me a little bit of questionable things. But basically, he's not listening to your want needs. You're not stubborn. He is. Info. How old are both of you? Not the asshole. Your boyfriend is, for some reason, wants to force chocolate upon you because, quote, all girls like chocolate. He sounds like a lazy high school kid who wants to get an easy gift without putting any effort into thinking, but he'd actually like, this is a good question. But OP says, I'm 25, he's 27. Yeah, that's no excuse. Because assuming 8-month relationship, he's probably been in more than one relationship. He should know to at least listen to people's opinion about what they would like to eat. Not the asshole. You should tell him that yes, you are picky. And if most girls like chocolate, it should be easier for him to find someone else. Oh, that's such a good line. Oh gosh, these lines are good. I really hope this OP ended up breaking up with him relatively after this. Though, if they've been together for 3 years after this, they must have found some sort of common ground, I guess, to go through it. But that is great. Can we look at their account at all? I know their account's deleted. Can we look at that? I don't think we can because it's deleted. Ah, that sucks. I was gonna see if there was a update about it. But that is definitely a good story. On to the next one. Okay, now we are on True Off My Chest. I, male 32, let my best friend, female 31, know that I love her yesterday. We've been best friends for a long, long time. Dated in high school, broke up, but kept being best friends. I realized I still love her very early on, but we both met other partners, so I never acted on it. Well, we both went through rough breakups over the past 2 years, and have been single since then, so I thought maybe it was time to let her know my feelings never went away. So I asked her out to dinner yesterday, and she accepted. I had bought her some flowers and written a letter telling her everything I wanted to say. I chickened out at the last second and replaced the letter with a small note with some generic Happy Valentine's Day, I'm glad you're in my life stuff on it. But I still had the letter with me in my bag. Ooh, I wonder if she's gonna find the note or something. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, after dinner, as she was walking me to the train station, I still wrestled with giving it to her, and I guess she sensed I was a little off because she kept on asking me what was up. So I pulled out the letter, gave it to her, and told her to read it at home, think about what it said and let me know when or if she wanted to talk about it. No rush, no pressure. She said thank you, and we parted ways. Okay. So he handed her the letter and went on the train, and then see what happens. 15 minutes later, she sent me a text saying that she had read it and asked if we could talk in a couple of days after she had some time to think about it. I said sure, and then she asked me a few quick questions, one of which being how long I felt this way. I told her the better part of 14 years. Then she asked me a few more questions and thanked me for a lovely dinner and said we'll talk tomorrow or the day after. I don't really have much hope about the feelings are reciprocated, so all I'm wishing is that we can still be friends after this. The few texts we exchanged yesterday after dinner didn't seem to indicate anything either way, so I guess I'll have to wait and see. When I gave her the letter, I was so nervous I was trembling, but afterwards I just felt a sense of relief and calm. Now it's out there, and whatever happens, I'm just happy that she's been part of my life for so long. Oh, that is so cute. I am glad when, especially with all of the alpha male and stuff like that, when you see stories like this, it makes me feel so happy. But okay. So there's an edit saying lots of people are asking for updates. I will update when I've talked to her. It's been less than 5 hours since I told her, and she said she needed a day or two, so I don't think I'm getting a response till tomorrow. Also, thank you for everyone for the support. I might as well add, even if she shoots me down, I'll be happy that I took my chance. I thought about not telling her, but decided I didn't want to look back in this moment 10 years and regret not finding out. If she doesn't want me in that way, I'll live and respect her decision. If she wants to be my friend, that's more than enough. Makes me happy, 9 out of 10 happy. And I won't ever push or pressure her into anything. If she says she is understood, that's that. My feelings being reciprocated would take me to a 10 out of 10, of course. I'll be happy either way. Okay. There is an update. There's actually 2 updates. I'm not 100% when this is written. 3 years ago? Okay. Because one of this update 2 has a date, so that's why I'm curious. Okay. Update number 1. She called me earlier this evening, and we had a long talk. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but she was oblivious. She said she has romantic feelings for me on and off in periods throughout her life, and that I'm the most important person in her life, and she's afraid it might be hard to change the way we think of each other after being friends for so long. I said I don't want her to do anything she isn't comfortable with, and if she doesn't want to give me a shot, I'm fine with that. We kept talking and eventually decided that we're going to try. Oh yes, thank goodness. We're going on a date next weekend, but it's more of a field trial to see how it feels. All in all, I'm very happy that it got to this point, but I'm still prepared for the possibility it might not work out. Okay. This is, I'm gonna guess, at least a good few months later for the second update. I just stumbled off the account again and thought I should give a quick update. Apologies for being so late. Like I said before, we went on a trial date and had a really good time. Nothing romantic happened, but she said she wanted to do a few more dates to quote-unquote fill things out. After our 3rd date, she kissed me and my head nearly exploded. She told me later she wanted even after our 1st date, but after being friends for so long, it felt a bit weird, so she had to take time to, quote, switch it around. About 3 months later, after that, around a year ago, we made it official. Okay, so they've been dating for a year. Not living together, but we live close to another now that it doesn't really matter. since I moved to her city for work. So far, things are great. Thank you, everyone, for showing interest in my little life story. Okay, that was an update back in 2023, so there's nothing else after that. But I love this cute little story. I'm glad they got it to work out. It makes you just feel so great about love, especially with all the chaos you see in all these other stories. Okay, let's read some comments. I married my high school best friend after years of failed relationships, and I kind of approached it in the same way, except I confessed my love for her through text instead of a letter. I seriously hope your feelings are reciprocated. I'm a firm believer that best friends getting married are the best types of marriages, and I wish you the best of luck and look forward to your post announcing the wedding. Thank you. That gives me some hope. We never run out of things to talk about, and we have so much fun even after talking almost daily out for all these years, so I feel like we really could be good together. But if there's no romantic love from her side, it is what it is. I'm very glad it worked out for you. Thank you again for the kind words. Ooh, it makes me wonder if there's anything else in here. Hold up, I'm gonna look at their account. Okay, it looks like it's just a bunch of responses. What I'm seeing. Yeah. They respond a lot, though, I must say. Good. Okay, let's go back and read some more chats. That ain't a no, bro. You caught her off guard. Surprises take time to process. Yeah, that was the plan from the start. The plan from the start was to ask her to read the letter when she got home so she could process it on her own time without me there. I didn't want her presence to pressure her into giving me a quick answer. I want her to think about it and then be honest what she wants or doesn't want. Oh, I love this for him. I'm so glad it worked out, and it makes me just realize maybe love is real. We'll find out, I guess. For this one, am I the asshole for choosing to be with my heartbroken sister for Valentine's Day rather than my husband? Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's see what we got here. So I, 29 female, am the oldest of two siblings, a brother 28 and a sister who I'll call Emma, 21, for the sake of this post. I'm extremely protective towards my siblings due to our childhood workaholic parents that were never there. Okay. When me and my husband, 30 years old, met 7 years ago, I explained I'm basically their mother, and when they need me, I will drop everything to go with them. Even before we got married, I made him promise me that he expected my loyalty with my siblings will always come first. Recently, my sister did something stupid with her childhood sweetheart, whom she had been with since. Recently, my sister did something stupid when she caused her childhood sweetheart, whom she had been with since she was 15, to ghost her. Since the 9th of February, she had been staying at our home, and I've been helping her deal with her first heartbreak, which she was taking extremely bad. Think Bella New Moon bad. Of course, with Valentines being so close, it was going to be harder for her. You can imagine my anger when my husband decorated our bedroom and got me an over-the-top gift basket with extremely expensive makeup/skincare. I don't know, did he make a stupid mistake trying to mean well, or did he just set out a point to prove that he's been a bit of a crab towards my sister? He hasn't shown her any pity, nor does he support me, quote, treating her like an innocent baby. On Valentine's Day, he called me and said to get ready. He was taking me out to surprise me. I honestly was needing a breakout, and I was glad we weren't fighting anymore. Well, I was getting ready. My sister entered the room and had a breakdown, which ended in a panic attack. She was still crying in my arms, and my husband entered our room dressed in a suit. I just mouthed, sorry, and he threw roses, screaming, F it, I can't take this shit anymore. He came back home around 3 a.m. and slept on the floor in our bedroom by his own wishes, since he hasn't spoken to me. My brother has told me I was in the right, as family comes first, but my friends are on my husband's side. I feel like we're missing a lot of context here. I think there's one thing of being like, hey, let's kind of plan around it, and being like, what we could do instead of doing it on Valentine's Day, do it like the day before or day after, and have your own day and everything like that. But also, she's 21. I understand having a heartbreak of 6 years, a long relationship. That can suck. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong about that. But it's the whole other thing of like, you gotta let her move on. It's been 5 days at least. You just gotta start doing some stuff and realize it's Valentine's Day. It's going to be hard, but you can't coddle her. Though, since he's just threw the roses down saying, I can't take this shit anymore, something else happened besides just this. Let's go down the comments, see if we get anything else. You can imagine my anger when my husband decorated our bedroom and got me an over-the-top gift basket with extremely expensive makeup/skincare. No, I really cannot. Your husband made a lovely present for you and you were angry? That's absurd. Your sister is a grown woman and deal with the fact that other people are in happy relationships or had. Your husband's not going to stick around for much longer if you keep on doing this. You're the asshole. You know what? That is so fair. Well, especially since it was in their bedroom. He didn't leave it out in, like, the living room for her to, like, see. If it was in the bedroom, I don't see a problem with that at all. But, yeah. Okay. Let's see what other people are saying. You're the asshole. I had to read this twice to be sure, but you were angry when your husband tried to go all out to do a big romantic gesture and then tried it again. Your sister's dealing with heartache, sure. And that's rough. But it doesn't matter whether she caused it herself or in terms of you wanting to be there for her. But I'm going to be frank with you. Your sister's a grown woman now. And you are trying to handle what appears to be significant mental health issues by yourself without help of a therapist for her and is going to hurt your relationship a lot. You've hinted around the fact that your sister caused the breakup due to bad behavior. And now it appears that likely your bad behavior of treating your sister as though she's a child is going to cause problems in your own relationship. That is so fair, because also if this sister caused the breakup for whatever reason and then the boyfriend ghosted, like, it's one thing to feel like sympathy for your sister and, you know, like, be there for her, but there's no other thing to just be like there. And also, I'm pretty sure she probably cheated or did something of that nature. Either that or I can't really think of another thing that is something bad that she could have done to cause the ghost, per se, unless it was like, I only think it's like some sort of cheating. And so it's like, you gotta let her grow up, truly. Ooh, is there any information? Info. I would love to know your sister has left her. And there's a comment apparently that says that she cheated. And so, yeah, that makes sense. Ooh, wait, hold up, we have it here. She had a drunken one-night stand with coworker. That it right there. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, no. That is, yeah, no. Yeah, no. It's on her. You gotta let her grow up. Do something you can't let your sister ruin your relationship too. That's all I gotta say. Okay, this one should definitely be interesting. Am I the asshole for wanting to tell my brother's fiance about the tracking app he secretly installed and the new phone he bought for her? Pretty much the title. My female 22 brother, male 27, is currently engaged to his fiance, female 25. He bought her a new phone for Valentine's and asked my boyfriend, who's trained in computer and software, whatever, to install a hidden tracking app on the phone so that his fiance won't see it or notice it. I overheard them talking. When I entered the room, they went silent. I waited until my brother left and talked to my boyfriend. He denied having this conversation with my brother first and then admitted installing the app on his phone. I told him he and my brother were in the wrong because this is a huge breach of privacy. He said he has nothing to do with it and advised me to stay out of it as well. But I said I wanted to tell my brother's fiance. My boyfriend argued with me about being nosy and intrusive and told me to stay out of it and have them deal with their own issues. I thought that was unfair to my future sister-in-law since she was the one working, paying bills and rent, and this is how she's treated. My boyfriend told me to GFTL with this attitude, and again, I said I should stay off of it because there's a concern of me. Okay. I don't know. I feel horrible after hearing what my brother did, and since I have a good relationship with his fiance, I can't help but feel guilty and wanting to tell her. Would I be the ass? Am I the asshole for wanting to tell her? No, absolutely not. And honestly, your boyfriend's like willingness to do this and everything honestly makes me want to check your phone. Because if your phone I'm curious if your phone has something like that on it. Hear me out. Okay, let's go to the comments, see what they have to say. Not the asshole, tell her. But also have your phone checked out. Because your boyfriend is throwing out crazy red flags. And the OP says, wow, this actually never occurred to me. Also seeing several comments saying the same thing. I will definitely be checking out my phone. My boyfriend tends to do things that cause me to side-eye him sometimes. This one, definitely, I'm gonna it's not okay. Your boyfriend is really said you're being intrusive after helping putting a tracking device on our phone. Are you sure this is a guy for you? He's have one on your phone. Exactly. Okay. I have to say, because this account is still active, do we have any comments? No, we don't. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, that's so sad. I was hoping we had some extra comments on there. But we don't, sadly. Okay. Yeah, definitely not the asshole. Definitely should check your own phone out, or even see if you can have someone go in, or even check his phone and see if he is a way to track you or something. I don't know. But anyway, definitely look into that, because that is crazy. And honestly, probably against the law. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Am I the asshole for refusing to take my sister-in-law on a romantic getaway? I, 28 female, have been friends with Brittany, also 28 female, since we were about 5 or 6, and we're very close to this day. As a part of having a friendship with me, was around my brother, male, would be 30, with quite as a lot as children. Their romance blossomed as teenagers, and they were married 5 years ago. Unfortunately, my brother passed away 2 years ago in a tragic accident and left a mountain of debt for Brittany. She was 8 months pregnant at the time and ended up moving in with my parents. Her and her daughter, Lilac, 2 female, live with my parents to this day. And the family alternate watching Lilac so Brittany can get her degree. Everyone has really rallied around Brittany in such a trying time. For Christmas, my husband, male 30, bought an all-inclusive trip for him and I to explore Paris and have a romantic getaway. Oh, that's really nice. I've always had France on my wish list, and I'm so grateful to him for such a wonderful gift. We live in February for 2 weeks, and it is honestly a dream come true. I told my parents about the gift, and then they told Brittany, who called me floods of tears asking if I could take her instead of my husband. She said that she would never be able to experience a romantic getaway like that with her own husband, and that my husband and I, could just go again another time. She said she gave up everything to raise Lilac, and she would love us to have a girls' trip like we did when we were younger. That is the weirdest ask. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. I told Brittany that that's not possible. I guess this was my husband for me, and I fully have expected it to be a romantic getaway with him. Brittany told me I was punishing her for being a widow, and it's unfair I would have a, quote, love affair in Paris while she cried at my brother's grave. Oh my gosh. My husband thinks she is trying to make me feel guilty. Yeah, I agree with that one. But said he would step out of the trip if I would like to take it with Brittany. The thing is, I want to go with my husband, but my parents have since called to tell me that they would watch Lilac and that I should not rub my happy marriage in Brittany's face. My mom told me I would be selfish to leave a grieving widow over Valentine's Day. Am I being an asshole? Oh my gosh. These humans, oh my gosh. Okay. First of all, your husband got you the gift as an intention for it to be you two as a romantic getaway. And then this sister-in-law, Brittany, decides, no. I'm coming on the trip, basically. Like, doesn't even ask. And then, first of all, isn't even told about the gift in the first place. So she's not rubbing it in her face. The parents told Brittany. So, yeah, no. Either way, even if she heard it from you, you wouldn't be an asshole for going on a romantic getaway. It's not a romantic getaway. It's a vacation. And, like, if she wanted to go on a vacation, like a girl's vacation, that is something different. That, first of all, the husband should not be putting money aside to buy. If they want to do it, they can discuss it, decide where they're wanting to go, and then plan something. But it's also like, even though, like, he did pass away, it's still 2 years ago. It's not like it was, like, a recent thing either. I mean, it's recent, but it's not like it was, like, less than 6 months ago, and she hasn't experienced a Valentine's Day without him. So it's like either way, definitely not the asshole, but I'm really shocked that this doesn't have a verdict on it. So I want to see down in the comments what people are saying. Not the asshole. That is such an unreasonable request, and frankly, if that's the way she feels, she needs to be going to therapy. You're not throwing your marriage in her face, you're celebrating your marriage between you and your husband. So fair. And also, she didn't even tell her about it at all. Yeah. You would be a big asshole if you kick out your husband who paid for the trip out for her. And she is an asshole even for even asking about this. They rubbed it in her face, not you. They made the drama, meaning the parents, clearly not the asshole for you. Okay. OMG, what is wrong with all the people around you? If you and your husband were just dating and he gave you a ring, proposed to you, would she expect to be the one he married? Because after all, she doesn't have a husband anymore. I understand how difficult it's been for her. It's such a very sad story, but you are doing all you can to help her. I can't even believe she would ask you of that. I think she is wallowing in self-pity a little too much. Maybe she's not thinking clearly, but it's a ridiculous request and there's no way you should honor it. Your parents should know better. I don't even know what they're thinking. A trip to Paris is not cheap. It's not like you're going to a local beach and you can afford to go there next year. Exactly. Because this is probably close, especially if it's all-inclusive. We don't know how long it is, but even for flights, especially if this is like in the US, flights itself are probably $1 to $2 grand at least. And then you also consider hotel, food, also just being in Paris. This is probably close to at least $5,000 minimum, is what I'm kind of thinking. Especially if this is a good week. Yeah, no. Not the asshole. Tell your parents to take her and I'm not sure if this is Lilac or Lilac. I'm assuming it's Lilac. On a trip if they feel sorry for her. So fair. Not the asshole. Your husband is a saint for asking, but this is a trip he paid for you and him. He's the one who says he gets to go. Or he's the one who gets to go. Brittany may have lost a partner, but you lost a brother. You need this time as much as she does. I'm sorry, but to quote Beba, the world doesn't stop for her broken heart. That is so fair. Not the asshole. Your husband is right. Brittany is trying to make you feel guilty and is now working on your parents. What guarantee do you have that you and your husband could go another time? She lost her husband in an accident and must realize that you never know what might happen. Brittany's only 28. It's possible that she will meet someone, remarry, and have her own Paris love affair. Go with your husband and enjoy every minute. Okay, so everyone's saying not the asshole, so I'm surprised this doesn't have a verdict. But yeah, oh, okay, so according to the bot, OP has offered the following suggestion why they think they might be the asshole. One, I would like to be judged on the fact that I don't want to include Brittany in my romantic getaway. Two, I may be selfish for doing this in my management space. No. How dare you? No, 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 no. Ah, yes, another good one. Am I the asshole for getting my girlfriend a bidet? Hey everyone, I'll try to keep this short. I'm 28 male and my girlfriend is 24 female. My mom got me a bidet for Christmas and it changed my life. I love it. I honestly cannot say enough wonderful things about having a bidet. So for Valentine's Day, I got my girl the typical flowers, chocolate, a necklace, and a bidet. I honestly thought it was a good idea. I legitimately thought she would love it. My mom also got my sister one and she loves hers. I got my girlfriend a really good one and set it up for her and everything. She was really pissed when she saw I got it for her. She said that I was insinuating that she was dirty and that I was passive aggressively telling her she needed to clean herself better. My girlfriend is a meticulously clean person. I've never had any complaints about how she grooms herself. She always smells great and is waxed and clean everywhere. I honestly just wanted to share my joy of the bidet she bought me with her. Was this a bad judgment call? Am I the asshole here? Definitely not the best gift to buy, for sure. Like, there's definitely some better gifts you probably could have bought. But I don't see this as, like, the worst thing. If it would have been the bidet, different story. But, I mean, would have probably been a better Christmas gift or, like, a maybe birthday. Probably more Christmas would probably be better, honestly. Definitely not anniversary. But I mean, like I said, it's not the worst thing in the world because he did do all of like the correct flowers, chocolate, necklace. But I'm curious what other people are saying. The lightest, you're the asshole, only because you didn't stop and think about it for a second. You got her an ass cleaner than what she considered most magic day ever. That's why I also got her the other shit too. I figured an ass cleaner alone wasn't romantic enough. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's fair. Unless she like explicitly said that she was wanting a bidet, then it's like probably like a light. Maybe like could you not? Not the asshole. It's an odd romantic gift since it's not romantic. But I love bidets and I should have been stoked to receive one. That's why I got the other crap too. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's like probably could have done it on a different holiday than like one of the like romantic holidays. But let's see here. There's some updates here. My girlfriend has texted me and said she used the bidet this morning and loves it. Still loving these judgment flips. Keep going. And then goes, last update. Thanks for all the comments, guys. I get it. I was an asshole. Wrong day. I'm a dumbass. But hey, if I'm gonna be an asshole, at least I'm a clean one. Funny guy. My girlfriend and I are both loving reading all these comments. She loves the gift and has since apologized for freaking out and making a snap judgment on her gift. Have a great night, everyone. Okay. So she's now happy. So I think it doesn't really fully matter, but definitely should have gotten, or even like hinted at it and see if she would have like enjoyed it for the holiday or like was interested in one. Though at least now she loves it, so I gotta say, overall, a win's a win-win. Yes. Am I the asshole for making plans on Valentine's so I don't have to babysit my granddaughter? Interesting. We gotta figure this one out. Okay. My 36 female daughter Leah, 17 female, is a teen mom. My daughter got pregnant at 14, which is very shocking news, but we found it very early on, and she got to abort it. Okay. I won't comment on that right now. Especially until I know more. A few months later, she got pregnant again, and I couldn't handle the situation very well at the time, But having my sister, her aunt, talk to her about what she was planning to do, she decided to keep the baby, which I'll admit I wasn't very happy to hear, but I told her she would be responsible with the consequences. Of course, as a mother, I couldn't have her work and distract herself from school. I didn't want her to miss on her childhood, so I had to work evening night shifts to care for my granddaughter while Leah was in school. I realized that Leah had been taking advantage of my situation and making me cancel plans so I could babysit for her. I overheard her making plans for Valentine's 2 weeks ahead on the phone with someone saying, "My mom will do it, she has no life anyways," and laughing afterwards. Being a single mom and having to work multiple jobs was hard enough, but since she gave birth to her daughter, I haven't gotten to go out to any party. I've canceled my weekend gathering so that my daughter would be able to hang out with her friends, and if I did go, I'd always have my granddaughter with me, and for her to laugh about my situation like that angered me. That same day, I was asked by a guy if I would accompany him on Valentine's, and I was hesitant, but I didn't want to miss the chance. He was a really nice guy. I've been on a date in almost 6 years, but it wouldn't hurt to give my daughter a taste of motherhood when she least expected it. I told my daughter I got asked to Valentine's, and she was happy at first, but then asked if I was going to take her daughter with me. And I said, obviously not. And she'll have to cancel plans for that day. I didn't expect her reaction to be so extreme. She cried, she screamed, she told me I was being selfish and letting her miss on her date just because I thought a guy was interested in me. The argument didn't end very well. I stood my ground and went to that date. And she had to cancel plans, but she's still really mad about it and has been ignoring me. I love my daughter, and I wouldn't want her to miss anything, but I wanted her to learn to be responsible. My sister agrees with me, but my friend told me I should have done it on a normal day, not on Valentine's. Does my approach make me the asshole? This is a little messy, but I truly think that since she chose to keep the baby, and like there was the option for her to not have the baby. It's not a situation where she has to worry about, oh, what's people gonna think about me if I get an abortion, stuff like that. She had already done it. She decided to keep the baby, and I'm assuming she had it at 14. It doesn't say how old the baby is, so I'm guessing probably still under a year, so she's probably maybe 15 now. But you decided to keep the baby. This is the consequences. You don't get to go out places as easily. Like, I don't know what else to really say. It's not a situation where it's like you had all the options, and I'm assuming if abortion was on the table, I'm assuming birth control was also on the table. So you have that option as well to like stop a pregnancy and things like that, and do just various things like that. There's ways to prevent a pregnancy if you don't want this, but deciding to have the baby, you sacrifice like that's what most parents do, is they end up having to sacrifice themselves to raise that child, especially at this young of an age. And this mother has been doing such a good job as being this basically second set of hands, especially since I'm assuming the father isn't in the picture. Second set of hands, being able to be there and care for the baby. But also it's like you have to actually do things to take care of the child. And it's like, yeah, being like, hey, I need to, like, you know, it's like it's one thing to go to a weekend social once every few weekends, whatever, but you don't get to go to all these socials all the time. That's not how that works when you're a mother. It's like, it's a sad reality, but it's true. And it's like, no, she's not the asshole at all. I want to look at these comments, see what we got. Not the asshole, but for fuck's sake. There will be consequences for your decision. Immediately mitigates consequences. I mean, to be fair, she should have put it on her a lot sooner. And it's like, yeah. not the asshole, but you fucked up by letting it get this far, and you've been a serious work to reparent your daughter, so she takes responsibility and care for our child. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. Yeah, someone here goes, me too, my baby at 16 and I was 100% responsible. I worked to pay daycare so I could finish school and work. I paid for diapers, clothes, food, med, activists, insurance, etc. My parents were fantastic grandparents to her, but basics were my responsibility. Go out? No, you're a mother now. You stay home and take care of your baby. I'm in my 40s now with 3 kids and thankful they made me step up. Yeah, it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Um, they ask, um, they go, not the asshole. Making adult decisions and becoming a parent is not always easy. Also, you can't be there to save her from everything, Mom. This is her child. She has to be able to make some sacrifices, but you keep making all the sacrifices. You'll never learn what being a parent actually means. Start living your life. By the way, how's the date? And she goes, thank you for asking. It went really well. Most definitely not the last. Aw, sweet. Okay. Your 15-year-old daughter pregnant twice? That is fair. Like, there needs to be some sex ed. Just being, like, taught, you know? It's like, yeah. Definitely. Not the asshole for forcing your daughter to mother her own baby. You're the asshole for not parenting your child. Yeah, that's a lot of people saying. I'm a pretty big believer that your friends have as much impact on you as your parents. Great. Kids with shitty friends don't often go as far. That's very fair, too. 100% true. Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty simple one. Like, the whole, like, abortion thing that is, like, and we don't know. I'm assuming this mother would basically do whatever she wanted for her daughter. So if she was like, I want certain birth controls, I want this, I want that, she would probably get it to her in a heartbeat, especially if money wasn't an option type thing. But so she had the option to not go down this path. It's not like the baby was forced upon her. So we at least have that context. But also it's like, no, like, you decided to have this child. Which, first of all, no 14-year-old should be given the choice to have a child or not. Yeah, that's just a weird whole scenario. Definitely an interesting one, for sure. Yes, another good one. Am I the asshole for saying I don't remember how long I've been married? My husband, 42 male, and I, 40 female, have a very good and loving relationship. For the most part, he is a very helpful and engaged spouse and father. He cannot/will not remember the dates of important milestones. I plan and organize the kids' birthdays months in advance, and he participates. I spent the first few years of our marriage sulking about him forgetting my birthday, and since then I plan out myself and let him know what I want as a gift. I remember my in-laws and close friends' birthdays and greet them on my behalf, leaving him to manage his relationships with him on his own. And I do love him a lot, so I plan to celebrate his birthday. I know he'd forget if I didn't do so. I gave up caring about Valentine's Day long ago, but to his credit, he is good about remembering and celebrating Mother's Day for me. He always forgets our wedding anniversary, and after 8 years of planning and having him supply, or simply participate, I left it on him to do something for this one event. He forgot it every year since then. We've been married for 13 years, and now we haven't celebrated our anniversary for the past 5 years. I've made peace with that. We had a family gathering this weekend. In a group conversation, someone asked my husband how long we've been married. He did this, I don't know, and my wife keeps track of these things. And he and his siblings are like, haha, typical husband. They asked me how long we've been married, and I did the same tone of, I don't know. Who can remember that, haha. Everybody became a bit awkward, and my husband looked upset at me. Later, he asked me why I'd say that, and I said that we don't celebrate our anniversary, so it's not in the forefront of my mind. The realization that we haven't celebrated our anniversary in years came as a surprise to him. Wow, if you don't have the realization that, like, we haven't celebrated our anniversary in years, like, I mean, it'd be like, oh, I could see like a, oh no, I forgot this year type thing. Oh, whoopsie, let's do a random day act of kindness or whatever. But not realizing for over 5 years you haven't celebrated your anniversary. Okay. He pointed out that I remember how old our house is, how old cars are, even how long he's had his laptop. He doesn't remember those things. So for me not to remember how long we've been married is showing everyone that my marriage is much lower value to me. I said that instead of making his forgetfulness a point of contention, I choose to be like him and not track the age of our relationship, and he should be accepting of that. I may be the asshole since I actually do remember how long we've been married, but I'm pretending not to, so he can't bother to remember and celebrate. Then I should be expected to either. Nah, I mean, yeah, no, he's just being weaponizing confidence if he can't remember the day you got married. Like, I could understand if you maybe not remember the exact day. You should at least remember the month. At least it's based off the season you got, like, married in. And then, be like, okay, let's do this. Or even, like, in today's society, having it in your phone is something you could easily do. And just being able to, like, have a dinner or something like that, like, a weekend, it's like, there's so many ways you could plan this. But, okay, whatever you say. Not the asshole. This man may not remember much, but he has the ability to buy himself a calendar and use it. It's not your job to care for both of you. Not the asshole. Love it. Why do women have to be the calendar holders? So true. Not the asshole. It is terribly tiresome. The expectation of being reasonable and for managing the household while having free pass of not even calling the type of things as a wedding anniversary. Being forgetful is one thing, but being uninvested is something else entirely. That is so true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely not the asshole. You should, hear me out. Get him a calendar and have all the dates listed that he needs to remember. And then it's like, it's up to you now to remember the dates. That is like a feeding him all the answers type thing, but it's also like you want to be happy and just not have to worry about it, and then you can be like, you have your own calendar, it's all your own fault. But it's like, if he's not invested enough to remember your own anniversary, or he doesn't remember Mother's Day, which is fair, but he also has to remember it for his own mother, I'm assuming. But not even remembering your own kids' birthdays or like your birthday, it's like nah. Okay, for our final story, we got another one from True Off My Chest. I'm breaking up with my boyfriend of 2 years because of a TikTok comment. Ah, yes, social media is coming to play, thank goodness. I feel so icky. We've been together since I was 16, he was 17. My friend sent me a link to this TikTok of these two guys talking about when one of them cheated on his girlfriend, she cheated on him after finding out instead of, quote, working to fix the relationship. The man in the video said it was his biggest heartbreak because his aunt's, I don't know what that means. Meant nothing to him. Oh, one night stand. There we go. Meant nothing to him. She slept with one of his ex-friends who she had a crush on before they got together. The video said it was a woman's duty to be nurturing and forgiving in a relationship, and that women have to understand that certain men aren't monogamous. Okay. There's a lot more to the story, but we gotta unpack that. First off, no. There is if you are in a monogamous relationship, you can't change that without having a conversation first, at least, and deciding if it will work for both parties. Because not to go here, but it takes two to tango, bro. Okay. My friend sent it to me and said, quote, I can't believe how out of touch these men are. And after watching the TikTok, I decided to read the comments. The first one I see is my boyfriend tagging 2 mutual friends of ours and saying women and then like a coffee or tea emoji. One of our friends responded to the comment and said, quote, females are so dramatic. And my boyfriend responded agreeing to him. I feel sick. I thought we'd had the same views on things like this. He was raised by a single teen mom who worked 3 jobs to keep a roof over his head, food in his mouth, and allowed him to play soccer despite their tight budget and expensive Little League fees. When we started dating, I asked him who his role model was, and he said his mom. He went on and on about how strong and brave she was, and how much he appreciates her for all she has done with him. His mom was single, living alone at 17, because my boyfriend's father cheated on her after she gave birth and was recovering, because he, quote, can't be expected just to not have sex for 8 weeks. I'm just gonna let that sink in, because that is so bad. Okay. I'm just upset. I'm at school right now typing this out in the bathroom stalls because I just can't keep this in myself anymore. I'm disgusted with him. He texted me earlier this morning asking if I want to hang out after school, and I said yes. I'm gonna break up with him and tell him why. Add it to add, he has commented under almost every post this account, agreeing with all their misogynistic views. He thinks that girlfriends/wives are property of men they are with. Oh, God. I really hope she gets out of this. But edit 2, I'm just not going to show up at his house and say, we're done, LMAO, and leave. I'm going to tell him that what I saw, and if there's no explanation for it, I don't know what the kind of justification that she has for this shit, he said, but we'll see. Then, I'm going to break up with him. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt as much as I can. I don't know why, so y'all think I'm not going to say we're over it with no explanation or anything. Okay. Whew. Okay. We got a lot going on. Let's do this. This is evolving. There's a mini update, and then there's an actual update post. So we still got a lot to dive in. But I really hope she gets out of this. But let me just say that. But let's just get through the mini update. Y'all. Okay. So in a short amount of time from my last comment to now, shit hit the fan. I made my last comment from my car and then started driving back home to hopefully try and get my shit together before he gets off work in 20 minutes. His mother called me while I was in the car. Literally, as I'm 2 minutes away from my house, she calls to ask me what sides I want her to make for Thanksgiving. She's a literal angel, and I tried to keep together as best I could. I guess she could hear that I was upset because she said in her mom voice, "What's wrong, beautiful?" And I started sobbing. So bad I had to pull over at the entrance of my neighborhood, and I told her at the bare minimum of what I'd seen, as much as I could through a shit ton of snot and tears. And she was just dead silent for 20 seconds. And I swear my heart fell out of my ass. She said, "Honey, he's not at work right now." And I damn near died. Get this, y'all. I'm gonna guess his best friend owns a bunch of apartment complex. Oh, no. Her best friend owns a bunch of apartment complexes. So, the mom. Luxury, nice apartments. $3.5K a month kind. This MF, I'm trying not to get this demonetized, is viewing an apartment to surprise me when I graduate. His mom said her friend offered one of the apartments to my boyfriend for dirt cheap, and he's planning to get the papers signed and surprise me with it on Valentine's Day, since the current tenant, the friend's oldest daughter, is moving into a house with her wife, and their lease ends on February 1st. His mom coming over to look at the screenshots I have, then she's taking me back to their house to confront him. She's literally the sweetest, you guys. She said she wanted to be in the house when I talked to him just in case. Currently sitting right inside the front door of my house, taking the 8 minutes in between their house and mine just to type this out. I am in shock. I'm waiting here to pull up as soon as and I'll update as soon as I can. I don't think I'm that sad anymore. I'm just pissed off and confused. Okay. Wow. So that's a lot. Do we know how old they are? So she's 18, he's 19. Ooh, so this is like a graduation from high school. Ooh. I don't know how I feel with that, honestly. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about that. Either way, this will be interesting. Okay, there is an update. We're reading it, guys. What? No, go back. Oh, it's been deleted. Not good. Okay. So someone summarized it in the comments. Thank goodness. Okay. Update for all who missed it. Basically, her boyfriend and his friends knew a girl in a relationship with a guy who was toxic and had these kind of beliefs. They were attempting to get proof to show the girl by gaining his trust. The guy was suspicious of them, so part of the plan was included publicly making comments. Upon confrontation, OP's boyfriend blows up proof immediately. Conversation, Discord chats, etc. That the scheme had been going on for a month and a half. The boyfriend was trying to do something good in a naive 19-year-old way. OP's boyfriend had given his friends his password and making comments on his account as part of the whole scheme. In the end, she still wanted to take a month or so break to heal from the whole incident, with rules like no dating and intimacy with other people, no frequent texting, going to individual counseling, then maybe couples counseling. Okay. That's good. Okay, so we know that. So they took a month break. We don't know what happened after that. But, I mean, it's good in the sense that you don't have to. At least we know he has evidence that he wasn't intentionally making these posts. Well, he was intentionally making these posts. It wasn't his beliefs. And he had evidence to back it up. So that is good. But it's still the whole question of, why wouldn't he at least clue her in? So I'm curious what happened after the relationship. But gosh, that is a doozy. Someone also commented down here, damn, as someone in her late 20s, the saddest part of me is that they're passing up with this nice-ass $1,000 a month apartment. Teenage relationships are dumpster fires and almost never last, but you will never find a better deal on a place to live. That is so fair. Okay. Gosh, that was crazy. Those were some crazy stories. Humans' lives are so much more difficult than living up here in space. Maybe they should try it sometime. Well, that's it from me. Make sure to do all the YouTubey things, then I will see you next time. Bye, guys.